Hey y'all, it's Lindsey and Lauren, and the day has begun. Big girls are currently having a little bit of playtime down in the basement. They helped me by getting their laundry started. Oh, we're cutting up an avocado for baby. She wants it, but she doesn't. So big girls have already done the hard work of getting their laundry into the washer. Apparently takes a lot of concentration to cut up an avocado. Thank you. Alrighty, so today we have much to accomplish. I'm not forcing you, baby. We've got our laundry going. We need to do another 2 loads today, I believe. We need to get some bathrooms cleaned up here today and mop some floors, dust a few things. See how far we get, because little miss here is still a tiny bit fussy. I don't know if you can hear it, but in my voice, it's starting to get a little bit hoarse. And I don't know if that's because of her or because it is getting warmer outside. And I know warmer is kind of a relative term. Whenever things get warm and start to bloom, not that anything is actually blooming, but whenever things start to think about blooming, I start to get kind of like a sinusy situation going. And this is pretty standard for me during the spring season. It's another reason why spring is not my favorite. Melt-off is my least favorite part about spring, because everything goes from gloriously cold and beautifully white and frozen to a muddy, sandy, disgusting mess out there. And our driveway is all gravel and sand. So guess what's in my laundry room? It is a hot mess in my laundry room. It's a hot mess in our garage. It's a hot mess everywhere because of all of the melt-off that is happening. So we got to clean that up, don't we?
All right, y'all. My voice has pretty much decided to sound like I have smoked 4 packs of cigarettes a day for the past 50 years, which is not my reality, but we're going to see how far I can make it on a voiceover here. This laundry room is a major trouble zone for us. We use this place like a mudroom, basically, and we like to store all of our outside shoes in this closet. We like to keep our coats, our rain gear, everything. And it gets messy so often, especially during melt-off, and we've got to keep on top of this. Every so often I have to come in here, gut the bottom part of this closet so that we can get it fully cleaned out and totally reset. A lot of extra shoes wind up finding their way into this closet, which really adds to the mayhem. So I like to cull the pile every so often as I'm cleaning it to make sure that we just eliminate excess clutter that's really frustrating for all of us to have to deal with. That little shelf thing, I guess, that actually is a wall shelf that we had when we lived in Wyoming, but found it useful right here. So use what you have where you can. And yes, I am putting flip-flops in here even though it is still in the 30s. I'm very hopeful we can get to the summertime quickly. There's no real rhyme or reason as to where I put shoes on this little shelf. It's just, so long as it fits and it's not falling off, I'm content. The bogs go into the sink to get scrubbed up, and those extra shoes got taken to the basement to be stored for next year. And now I get to vacuum up all that grit from our back rugs. We've got 2 of these rugs, which we bought at Sam's. They're very helpful in keeping and trapping as much of the sand as they possibly can. So they sound like confetti being sucked up in this vacuum cleaner. It is actually satisfying whenever you wind up sucking up all of that dirt. So now that everything is vacuumed up, I'm going to get my steam mop and give everything a good scrub down. We actually bought this steam mop back in like July of 2013, right before Molly was born, and it has held up really well. We got it on clearance at Walmart, so I'm very impressed with the fact that it's survived this many moves and this many years. Definitely worth the investment. If you haven't already, I would love for you to subscribe and stick around. I share lots of health-related content. I do a lot of food videos, and occasionally I like to throw in these cleaning videos as they really motivate me to stay on top of my housekeeping. And yes, I am steam mopping my back door, or my garage door there. It's made of metal, so it's not like gonna peel or anything like that, and I just find it to be very effective to clean that door. Can y'all see this? Do y'all see these snowflakes? I mean, do you see them? This is me. It's warm enough out here for flip-flops for me personally, and it is snowing. Oh, Wisconsin is weird. Weird weather aside, it is time to get back to work here in the laundry room, where it is a big trouble spot. Underneath that utility sink, we wind up storing just the most random things. I have a laundry basket explicitly for all of our kitchen towels and whatever towels are needing to be washed. I keep an old box down there for just like if we need to be able to quickly pack something up to go like return to Amazon or something like that. But I needed to cull that pile and put the baby toys back where they belonged and everything. And once I did all of that, I decided that this washer and dryer really needed a good quick scrub down. Ours gets pretty dusty pretty quickly, and I kind of fell behind on keeping up with that here lately. So I decided it was a really good opportunity since I was focusing on getting the rest of that laundry room all sorted out. And I also do in fact use all of those K-Cup boxes for storage around my house. They're so sturdy. Okay, here's another trouble spot. This area where the bookcase is and this little alcove that leads between our half bath and our basement, it accumulates so much stuff. So I'm just sorting it all out, figuring out where it needs to go, and yes, that is Christmas decoration stuff that finally made its way to the basement. And this half bath needed some care, I guess. So I went ahead and cleaned this up. This took me less than 15 minutes to do, and I don't know why I always resist cleaning the bathrooms, but when I get it done, I always feel better, and it doesn't take near as long as I always imagine it does. So I'm trying to be much more diligent and consistent with that. Also, you might notice that spray bottle looks familiar if you watch a lot of Clean With Me videos. And that would be because I drank the Grove Collaborative Kool-Aid. I really like the idea of having like nicer tools to use for cleaning. It keeps me a little bit more motivated. I really liked their dish cleaning tools like the bottle brush and the bubble up brush. And I really like their little glass bottles that have those silicone bottoms to them. So I went ahead and I ordered some. I'm not really like super keen on all of their cleaners because they claim to be natural, but there's a lot of evidence that proves that it's not as natural as they would have you believe. So I tend to make my own homemade cleaners, and I just really wanted the tools, to be honest with you. I think using tools that you enjoy kind of makes the work a little bit more fun. Also, if you're not following me on Instagram, I would love for you to do that. I occasionally hop on and do stories, and I'm not as consistent with posting pictures as I'd like to be, but I'm working on it. Speaking of weird weather, it's now gone from snowing to raining here at our house, and I need to go check the mail, so it is rain gear for me.
We got some mail. So I listened to a podcast the other day, and I can't remember the name of the podcast, but there was a woman named Whitney Cap. She's an author. She was on this podcast talking about her new book. And after having listened to her and the host, I wish I could remember her name. I'll have to link the podcast down below. I went ahead and ordered her book called Sick of Me. What's the tag? From Transparency to Transformation. And her name is Whitney Caps. It's a really thin book. I'm surprised. It's only like 179 pages. So I'm pretty sure this will be a quick read for me. But I really loved her message on this podcast that she just basically discussed what her book is about. And it's about how in current Christian culture, we are so fixated on having transparency and patting each other on the backs for being transparent about whatever we're going through in life, whether we're having sin issues or just basic struggles or depression or anxiety. But that's not what the gospel is. The gospel is transformative. It's not transparent. Transparency is good, but it has to be followed up with transformation. Like, if the gospel is true, transformation is real. So I am excited to read her book. I just so identified with what she had to say on that podcast. So I'm very excited to read that. Also, if you have followed along with me for any length of time, you know for Lent, I gave up the scale. And it hasn't really been a struggle for me. But I have been really fascinated with my measurements. Like, I want to keep track of my measurements. It's been somewhat difficult for me to take accurate measurements. So I went ahead and I bought this little, body measurement tape. And it's, got the little hooky-doo, and it's retractable, and it hooks, and it's curved, so you can fit it around curved spots on your body. And this thing was only like $6 on Amazon, so I bought one of those. So that's what I got in the mail, and I'm really excited about both of them. And tomorrow morning, first thing, I'm going to take my measurements and see where I am. And I'm interested. I'm very curious. I'm very, brain is going a million miles an hour, even though my voice sounds like I am dying. It is about 3:30 in the afternoon. Lauren is up from her nap. The big girls are done with their quiet time, and we have got to run to town. We are down to our last couple of eggs, and we don't have any pepper jack cheese, which is kind of sacrilege in this house. I mean, I'm saying that in a joking way. It's not actually sacrilegious to have no pepper jack cheese in this house. Hey, so we're back from Walmart. I thought about filming in Walmart, but it was crazy in there, and I kept bumping into people I knew, and just get to chatting and whatnot. I am going to show you the few things we bought at Walmart. All right, here is our tiny little grocery haul. I bought a bunch more of these for Lauren. She wound up eating 1.5 in the store so I could keep her content. She hasn't been eating vegetables very well lately, and so I'm just trying to do what I can to get more food in her. And then I bought 5 dozen eggs. We have been going through eggs like crazy. We are just really loving hard-boiled eggs and omelets and all the things. And oh my word, You probably can't tell outside right now, but it is hailing. Oh my. Okay, finishing the grocery haul. So I got 2 blocks of pepper jack cheese, and I told the girls they could each pick out some chips. Caitlin chose potato chips, and Molly chose some veggie straws. This is so bizarre, y'all. It is like hailing, serious hail. I gotta bring those in. Alright, y'all, I think this is where I'm gonna end the video today. I am really worn out from talking, and I think Lauren has had her fill of me not holding her now, and yeah, I think it's time. So thank you so much for joining us, and I will see y'all in the next video.